Hey everyone, I'm Brandon from Nagios, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to discuss how to agentlessly monitor a Windows machine using OpenSSH. Windows Management Instrumentation is being deprecated, or WMI for short, and we recommend using OpenSSH for all agentless monitoring. If you're not agentlessly monitoring a machine, we recommend using the Nagios Cross-Platform Agent, or NCPA. We'll have a link in the description below on how to be using that tool. This will be a tutorial-like video. We'll be swapping between a Windows VM as well as Nagios XI. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so this is my Nagios XI instance, and I have SSH'd in as root. The first thing we're going to need to do is switch to the Nagios user. So su switch user Nagios, like that. And we will now need to generate our SSH key. So we will do SSH keygen, there we go, tac t, and then ed, and then we'll do SHA-5519. Enter, and we will leave the save location as default, and we'll do no paraphrase either for the sake of this example. Now that we have the key generated, we're going to go ahead and switch over to our Windows machine. Now before continuing, there's a couple prerequisites that need to be done prior to continuing this video. The first thing that needs to be done is the firewalls must allow incoming SSH connections. The second prerequisite, is that OpenSSH must be installed on the machine. Once you've met those prerequisites, we can continue. So the first thing we need to do is create a file called administrator authorized keys. Now there's some underscore separating that. So what we're going to do here is we will do new item tac path, and we will need to save this into the C directory, into program data, in the SSH file that is in there, and then the name of our file, which again is administrators underscore authorized underscore keys, just like that. And spelling is very crucial in this. All right, our file has been created, and now we need to open our file. So I'm going to arrow up on my number pad here and get rid of this new item command and just put notepad in front of it. And we now have opened our file in Notepad. The next thing we need to do is go ahead and swap back over to our Nagios XI terminal. And we need to cat out our key. So we will cat out home nagios.ssh this time, and then the name of it. So it's going to be ID underscore like that, but we specifically need the public file. So we're going to do .pub, just like so. We'll hit enter. And we need this entire string right here. Make sure you copy the entire thing. I cannot stress how important that is. We'll paste it in, make sure we don't have any enters beneath it, no spacing after our paste, and we can save this and close out. Now we need to open our File Explorer to that file location. So again, we are in C, program data, / and then the folder called SSH. We need to make sure that our newly created file, administrator's authorized key, is not a text file. So the way we can do that is by clicking this view button here and enabling file name extensions right here. As you can see, it does not have a .txt after it, therefore it is not a text file. So now we can go ahead and move on to some security permissions. So we'll go ahead and right click on the file and select properties. Nope. On the file. There we go. Properties. And let me move this up here. Next thing we need to do is go into security and click advanced. And the advanced options here, we need to click change permissions and disable inheritance. And we will select the remove all inherited permissions. Next thing we need to do is click add. We will select principal, and we need to add in the administrators group. Just like so. Hit enter. Administrators will need full control over this file, so make sure we have full control in all of these top boxes here selected. They do not need special permissions, so make sure this box is unchecked. We will repeat the process with system as well. Select principal, system, again, full control, no special permissions. We'll click OK. click apply, and click OK again. We can close out of all of our boxes here. And now, all we need to do now is test our SSH connection. So we'll swap back over to Nagios XI here. And assuming we did everything correctly, we just need to put in the username of the person that's on the target machine. So we can do that on the Windows machine. If you don't know who you're logged into, you can go, who am I in PowerShell? And I am test, and this is the name of my machine right here. So again, swapping back over to Nagios XI in our terminal here, we can do SSH, the name of our user, then @ and then we need the target machine's IP address. I did not grab the IP address, so let's go ahead and grab that. ipconfig, hit enter, and here's our IP address right here. Copy that, paste it right here. Now, assuming we did everything correctly, all we'll have to do now is acknowledge the fingerprint. And just like that, we were able to log in without a password. Again, we will exit this. Clear. As you can see here, we are back in our Nagios XI terminal. I will do the exact same thing I just did, SSH as in test. And as you can see, we are successfully logging in without a password. It is very important that you are able to log in without a password, because if you need a password or are prompted for a password, that means there is an error in the configuration and Nagios XI won't be able to reach out to this machine. So last thing we're going to do here now is configure this in the Nagios XI web interface. So we'll pull up Nagios XI, hover over configure, and then click configuration wizards. We can select this Windows icon here and select Windows SSH. You can also search it in the search feature right here at the top. Again, Windows SSH. Now we will put in the IP address of our target machine and our username of the machine that we are targeting. We will click next. And now we need to set our thresholds. Here at the top, we can change this to whatever we want. So we'll just change this to target machine. Again, you can name your host name whatever you would like it to be. If you want to do ICMP pings instead of TCP, you can select that here. I'm going to leave it as TCP for now. For our thresholds, we can monitor our hard drive space, RAM, CPU utilization, the swappage between our disks, as well as different services that are running on the machine, Windows services to be specific. For our thresholds for our space on our C drive, we have a warning threshold of 65% and a critical threshold of 100%. For the sake of this example, I'm going to change this to 80%. We'll leave our RAM utilization as default. CPU utilization is fine. Disk usage is also fine. We're going to go ahead and deselect these services though. Again, select whatever you want to monitor. There is room for all the possibilities here. Once we are satisfied with these settings, we can go ahead and scroll down and click next. Now we can set our monitoring settings. So for this, I will explain how this kind of works. Every 5 minutes, Nagios XI will reach out to the machine and collect whatever data it can get. Should the machine be offline, Nagios XI will retry every minute up to 5 times. You can change these numbers to whatever you want. If this is a mission critical asset and you need to know immediately when it goes down, I would go ahead and knock down this second 5 here to a 1 so that the minute it goes offline, you are notified. Again, if it's mission critical, I would also change this to a lower time interval. For now, we'll leave it as 5, 1, and 1. So every 5 minutes, XI will reach out, and if the machine is down, we will be immediately notified. On this next screen here, we can decide who gets the notifications should the machine go down or reach any of our critical or warning thresholds. This is a brand new Nagios XI instance for me, so there are no contacts aside from myself. So we can leave this all default and click Finish here. Now that our configuration is done, we can go into dashboards, and as you can see right here, we are online. We got a successful ping into the target machine using Windows SSH, and our services are online and clear of any of our thresholds. Thanks for joining us today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please visit support.nagios.com for some more great documentation. Also, be sure to stop by our YouTube channel for more amazing content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.